Alright, I want to make a quick video breaking down some fourth down decisions that Mike McCarthy made and giving my thoughts on whether or not they were correct. The first of which is what's happening here. So Dak Prescott gets sacked right at the line of scrimmage, meaning it'll be fourth down and 10 with 2 minutes and 45 seconds left. Two things to note. One is going to be just the time that goes off the clock. By the time that they finally get the punt away and San Francisco gets it, it's 2 minutes and 5 seconds left on the clock. But also looking at the fourth down decision bot, something we're going to be using in this video, what is the correct decision? My gut was like, do you go for it or do you punt? I don't know, but they actually say the correct decision is to play it safe here and to punt, which McCarthy did, which does kind of make some sense, right? Yes, fourth down and 10, you don't want to give the ball back, but the odds are you are going to get the football back. If you don't get the first down on a fourth down and 10, which according to the analytics, you only have a 29% success rate of doing, the game is over. So in this scenario, if analytics say punt, I'm fine with punting here as well, especially given the way the game is going, of how well both defenses have played, giving your defense one last chance as opposed to basically forcing it to, you have to convert a fourth down and 10, that makes sense to me. However, there were some other decisions, like, for example, this one on a fourth down and 5. They are, in position where you definitely could go for it. Again, to bring up the fourth down decision bot, you see that they're at their own 48-yard line, so 52 yards away from the opponent's end zone. This is the one that analytics definitely say should have gone for it. 2-point win percentage swing by going for it here, so probably one that they should have gone for here. And again, there was a lot of just kind of questionable calls, not definitively wrong ones, but just questionable ones. Again, I understand why coaches don't want to go for it on 4th and 5. You have this one, which is going to be a fourth down and 7, but they are currently just 7 yards away from the end zone, so fourth down and goal really from the 7. You could go for it here. I think what also adds to it a little bit is if you go for it in this situation, you're not relying on Brett Maher, who, someone who's missed some kicks in this one, missed some, a lot more kicks last week, obviously. Not sure if you want to rely on him, although he made the field goal, so, that kind of changes things a little bit, but still, this says it's a 98% success rate from here. Personally, I would not consider it that high of a success rate, so I would have probably gone for it, even though the analytics say that it's a toss-up. Also, this one was another toss-up, which you could have gone for either way. Fourth down and 10, you are at your opponent's 45-yard line. What do you want to do in this situation? They considered going for it before deciding not to. One that you definitely could have gone for, but again, tie game. This is you could go either way for me. Finally, one last one to talk about. This is going to be the 43-yard field goal attempt. This is another one where you can definitely argue maybe a bit too cautious. Again, they lost by 4 points. If they scored a touchdown on this drive, then that would have added 4 points. Again, who knows what happens down the road if that is what happens, because the whole strategy changes by both sides. But what do the analytics say? Analytics do say to go for it, but again, this is where things get a little bit weird, where the success rate on this play typically is 36%, but obviously the value of keeping possession and potentially being able to score 4 more points is pretty significant, whereas the success rate on a field goal is typically 80%. I would argue in this game, the success rate in both scenarios are lower. I would think that Brett Maher, 43 yards, that's no gimme anyways. The way that he's been playing, I wouldn't have a ton of confidence in him, although he did just make a field goal. Field goals haven't been the issue. It's been extra points with him. Meanwhile, again, the Niners defense has played very well, so a 4th and 8, there's a smaller success rate. So, to be honest, I kind of get both sides. I don't really have any decision I massively disagree with McCarthy, so I'm not going to sit here and say McCarthy blew it. Nothing like that, although me personally, I would have gone for it on a couple of these decisions. I would have gone for it on this 4th down and 8. Personally, I think that would have been the correct decision. I would have gone for it on that 4th down and 5 earlier. Probably would have gone for it on that 4th down and 7 at the 7 as well. I do think I punted, though, with the 2.5 minutes left. I think that was the right call. Just get the punt out a little earlier. That's the only exception. But yeah, just some interesting decisions, right? Not really terrible, not great either, just kind of questionable. And so that's why I want to make a video. What are your thoughts on it? Do you agree with me that it's maybe not perfect, but not really a huge deal one way or the other? Or do you disagree? Do you think it is a big deal? Do you think he blew it? Or do you think he absolutely nailed it? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Always love hearing from you. And of course, as always, Thanks for watching.